अभय चरणविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय।
नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय।
भूमि वृंदावन धाम की
जय।
धाम की
जय।
पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की
जय।
गंगामाई की
जय।
यमुनामाई की
जय।
देवी की
जय।
श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की
जय।
गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
गौर प्रेमानंदी
हरि
All
बोल।
glories to Sri devotees.
हरे कृष्णा।
All glories to Sri devotees.
हरे कृष्णा।
All glories to Sri devotees.
हरे कृष्णा।
All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga.
हरे कृष्णा।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Gyanavirandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sargajata Sajana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Shri Shankarananda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I would like to thank all of you, especially thank Srinivas Prabhu for giving me an opportunity to come and do service to all of you. And also thankful to all of you for taking out your time and coming. I also thank Shrikant
Padmanabha.
Padmanabha Prabhu, sorry. Padmanabha Prabhu and his good wife,
Divya.
Divya Mataji, for opening their home for all of us to get together to hear and chant Krishna's glories. That's actually the perfection of home or house and household life. Everybody wants to have their home for their personal enjoyment. But when you have a home beautifully decorated, a beautifully decorated home is actually a symptom of welcoming others in your home. When you have a specially decorated home and you allow others to come to your home, that's a symptom of welcoming them. So a beautifully decorated home, a warm welcome, for the purpose of inviting everyone to hear Krishna Katha, is actually the perfection of household life. Perfection of having a beautiful home. Whether small or big doesn't make any difference. But have the devotees in your home, let them hear and chant Krishna's glories. That's the perfection of our home and family life. Otherwise, Bhagavatam describes family life is like the homes which are devoid of welcoming the guest in their home. They are no better than a snake hole. No snake holes? Nobody likes to visit the snake holes. If a rat enters into snake hole, he knows it is the end of life. Nobody likes to put their hand in the snake hole because it's a place of death. So similarly, a person who has his home or his assets mainly secured for his own sense enjoyment, such a home is no better than snake holes. And saintly people don't like to visit there. Any sane person also, so forget about saintly, any sane person also wouldn't like to visit there. But saintly people still visit, even such homes. In the Vedic time they would visit, mainly to enlighten such people who have forgotten the goal of life, which is actually to understand our relationship with Krishna. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Amsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Every living entity in this world, in this creation actually, Krishna says, every living entity, not only Hindus. You may say, oh, Bhagavad Gita is a Hindu scripture. No. Krishna says, Mamai Amsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All the jivas, not just Hindus, not just human beings, but all the animals, the birds, the beasts, creepers, and all those animals which you see on Discovery Channel. Every living entity is that Krishna says is my part, is my amsha. And why we are here in this world, why we are having no access to God. Amsha means like child is the amsha of his father. So child should always have access to the father, right? But when the child leaves the father and goes to a remote place, trying to be separate from father, then he has no access to father. So Krishna is our supreme father. We all are his amsha, we are his part. But we have forgotten somehow our relationship with him. Therefore we are here in this world. And the soul is transmigrating in 8.4 million species of life, from one life to another life. Simply trying to seek the happiness through this body, through the senses, through eyes, by looking at beautiful things of this world. We're trying to enjoy. Everybody's trying to enjoy in that way. Through ears, to hear something that is pleasing to our ears. Through nose, smelling something. Or through the tongue, trying to relish different kinds of foodstuffs. Through skin, trying to enjoy some sensations like sex pleasure. So, everyone, not only human being, but every living entity is busy in trying to enjoy in that way, trying to forget God, you know, or our relationship with God. Every endeavor trying to enjoy this body and bodily pleasures is an endeavor trying to forget God, becoming more and more away from God. So, Krishna explains, Mamayamsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakritim sthani karshati. These living entities are struggling in this world. Somehow they're trying to even exist. Even if we try to enjoy, we are always, faced by the situation of, instability. In every sphere of life, we have instability. People are afraid of losing their jobs. People are afraid of losing, their family. And ultimately, the greatest fear is to lose the life itself, death. Everybody is afraid in this world. Nobody is free from these kind of fears. So, the greatest fear in this world is actually to lose the chance which you have achieved or which we have received in this human form of life to perfect our lives. But nevertheless, everybody is afraid in this world. And to counteract that fear, we struggle throughout our life. I shouldn't lose my, wealth, so we have home insurance. If somebody is working on my home and he falls, he shouldn't be able to sue me. Okay, I have home insurance. I'm driving the car, I shouldn't meet with an accident and pay huge sum of money to somebody. We have car insurance. If I have to go to hospital and end up in paying huge bills, we have health insurance. So we try to create some system to remove the fears of life. But nobody is really, especially people, think that America is a very advanced nation because they have counteracted every kind of fear. But nobody really thinks the greatest fear is fear of death. Everybody has that fear, right? And what even the most advanced nation in the world has done to remove that fear? Nothing. Practically nothing at all. All the advancement in science, technology, different branches of knowledges or education, so many universities, but no knowledge about how to counteract death. No knowledge about that, right? So what is the use of this kind of real civilization where you don't have any remedial measure for the greatest fear? Krishna says, Mrityu sarva harashchaham. Harash means to snatch away from somebody, That's what you feel, right? If somebody sues you, you feel like somebody is trying to snatch away, by law trying to snatch away from me, right? And to remove those fear, we have insurance. But Krishna says, Mrityu sarva harashchaham. In the form of death, I snatch away. I take away everything from everyone. Even the atheistic people who don't believe in God. Krishna comes in the form of death. They see death. They see God in the form of death. Srila Prabhupada gives example like, a cat. A cat is holding mouse in the mouth, in the teeth. What does the rat sees? He sees death, right? Oh, here is my death. I'm going to be finished in a short while. But the same cat, sometimes she holds kitten in the mouth as well, right? But the kitten doesn't think, oh, this is death for me. No. It may be also bite, same amount of bite, for the kitten also. But kitten thinks, oh, this is loving touch of my mother or my father. So similarly, people may think, oh, devotees also die, what a big thing, It's not that devotees don't die. Devotees also die. Yes, for devotee, the death is like the kitten being held in the mouth of cat. But for non-devotees, death is like what is there for a rat when he's being held in the mouth of cat. That's the difference. Apparently both are same, but there's a great difference. A devotee has no fear of death. A person who has specially understood the message of Bhagavad Gita, that actually we are not spirit, in this body, we are spirit soul. We are Atma. I am part of Krishna. Atma is part of Krishna. Even if he faces the most difficult situations in life, and even if he is seeing untimely death coming upon him, he is not afraid. Srimad Bhagavatam describes beautifully Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, he was a young king, youthful king. He had a flourishing kingdom. He was a king of not just a small country or small state. He was king of the whole planet. Parikshit Maharaj was, this is right after Pandavas, Pandavas retired and they gave kingdom to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was grandson of Arjun, the son of Abhimanyu. And when Parikshit Maharaj is living as a youthful king without any rivals, he even subdued the personified Kali, who was very, very powerful. And yet, he was cursed to die. Died within 7 days. He was cursed by a Brahmana boy. And such a curse is not going to be, in vain. Like nowadays, if you see some Brahmana, they have thread, they say, I curse you. You say, no, I don't care. No value of your curse. Because they don't have powers, But the Brahmana boy who cursed Parikshit Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj knew that this curse is going to work. So within 7 days I am going to die. If you get a notice like that, within 7 days you will die. You have cancer and just 7 days you have. What do you think people will think? Ordinary person will think. Only 7 days. And if he's a king, if he has a lot of wealth, what do you think? Oh, let me go to this place, let me see that place, let me go for a world tour in 7 days. Right? Let me enjoy to fullest extent different kinds of food stuffs, let me eat. Let me see the beautiful sights of this world. He'll spend the money and try to enjoy life, right? What did Parikshit Maharaj do? He was the king of the whole planet. He left everything. I have only 7 days. I have to do some important business. What is that important business? That I never did throughout my life. Let me find out what is the duty of a man who is about to die. Most important duty for a person who is about to die. How many people think like that in this world? Parikshit Maharaj had notice for 7 days. Prabhupada said, we don't even have notice. You're driving on the interstate. On truck, you may be a very attentive driver, following all the rules and regulations perfectly well. But the truck driver beside you, he feels, a little sleepy. That's all it takes. Your life is finished, right? So, we don't even have notice when we will die. We can die any moment. Are we trying to inquire? How many people in this world actually try to inquire what is the duty of a dying man? Once, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, he was traveling in India in flight. And it appeared, the pilot and the crew, they announced that the flight is going to crash now. There were almost, 99% chances the flight is going to crash. Everybody was in so much panic. Oh, we are going to die now. It's 99% sure that the flight is going to crash. In the entire flight, there's just one person sitting peacefully with smile, chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
People were amazed. This person is not afraid of death. This you can actually see. Actually you can see. And somebody, one of the film producer, one of famous personality in India, he was also there on that flight. So he saw everybody is so panicked. His whole family was there and they were seeing this one person is sitting so peacefully and happily. So somehow the flight was saved. So when they got down, they approached him. And they inquired him, how you were so peaceful and happy. You know if you're going to die next moment and still you remain completely fearless and happy? How is it possible, So, he explained him, that actually we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Soul can never die. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that all of us, we are spirit soul, and soul has no birth and no death. Isn't it really interesting to know that I have no death and no birth at all? I am eternal. This body is temporary. This is not going to remain forever. But I am different from this body. I am residing in this body as Atma, as a spirit soul. So I am different from this body. And myself as Atma has no birth and no death. That itself is assuring, I have no death. I can never die. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin, Krishna says. The soul has no birth and no death. Nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka. Na kledanti apo, na shoshayati maruta. Says, none of the weapons can cut the soul into pieces. The body may be cut, but soul cannot be cut into pieces. Fire cannot burn it. Water cannot moisten it. The wind cannot wither it away. That itself is assuring, right? Makes us completely fearless. But that alone is not going to eliminate or remove our fears. We are spirit soul, we can never die. But when you understand that this spirit soul, this myself, is actually part of God, I am Amsha of God, and therefore it's my duty to serve Him, then you become fearless. Completely fearless. Abhaya Charana. You become completely fearless by simply taking shelter of Krishna's feet. And in the modern time, in the age of Kali Yuga, the best way you can render service to Krishna is by hearing and chanting His glories. Simply by hearing Krishna's glories, we become completely fearless. And this process of hearing and chanting Krishna's glory is so powerful that if we simply keep hearing Krishna's message from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's activities and pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures like Mahabharata, we come out of that forgetfulness. Right now we are in forgetfulness. What is forgetfulness? What is our relation with God? How I am connected to Krishna? We have forgotten that. But simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna's birth and activities, we come out of that forgetfulness. And this is the only reason why Krishna comes to this world. Srila Prabhupada explains actually in Bhagavad Gita, in many of the lectures, that Krishna says in Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bhad. Whenever there is decline in religious principles, whenever there is predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend in this world to annihilate the miscreants, to protect my devotees, and to establish religious principles. I come to this world. 3 reasons Krishna gives: annihilate the miscreants or demons, to give protection to devotees or enliven devotees, and to establish religious principles. But Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, they explain, killing demons, Krishna doesn't have to come personally. Prabhupada says, He is there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He is there in even demons' heart as Paramatma. All he has to do is just, give a heart attack to the demon. He's finished, Like Hiranyakashipu, he asked so many benedictions. I shouldn't die at the hand of, human beings or animals or this and that. He didn't ask Hare Krishna shouldn't die by heart attack. Krishna could cause that. Right? There are innumerable ways by which a living entity can die in this world. And no matter how intelligent you are, even if you try to take benedictions, you will forget something. You'll definitely forget something. So, there's no reason for Krishna to come to actually kill the demons. And to establish religious principles also. He doesn't have to come personally. He can send some powerful messengers like Jesus Christ. He comes as a reformer. Or Srila Prabhupada. He did a thorough job of establishing religious principles, right? So Krishna doesn't have to come personally for even doing that. But to give protection and pleasure to his devotees, that cannot be done. Protection also can be understood, but pleasure to his devotees, only Krishna can give. Nobody else can give. Krishna cannot send somebody, go and give pleasure to my devotees. No. Devotees only become happy and pleased when they see Krishna, when they hear about Krishna. And that's the only reason somebody, even at the verge of death, can be happy and smiling by simply chanting the names of Krishna. So if we simply have the opportunity to sit together and hear and chant Krishna's glories, we can actually be happy and completely content and satisfied. So, this process of hearing and chanting Krishna's glories is the most profound blessings in this age of Kali Yuga. So therefore we should take the opportunity as much as possible to get together and hear and chant Krishna's glories. And for this reason Krishna comes in innumerable incarnations, simply to give us an opportunity. When Krishna takes so many incarnations, like Krishna, Rama, Varha, Narsimha, Matsya, Kurma, Kalki, Buddha, so many different incarnations, Parshuram. And he performs, in every incarnation he performs different activities. Some different mellow, In every incarnation there is different mellow. Right? Like Lord Narasimhadev appears, such fierce, nobody can stand in front of him. Even Lakshmi is afraid approaching Lord Narasimhadev. And Prahlad goes fearlessly, and puts a garland around the neck. I'm not afraid, my Lord. In fact, Lord Chaitanya, when he would visit the temple of Narasimhadev in Simhachalam, he would offer this prayer. Ugropi anugra evaya swabhaktanam narakeshari keshari vasapotanam annesham ugra vikrama. Said, Ugro api anugra evayam. Ugra means ferocious. And anugra means merciful. So, ugro api anugra evayam. The lion, he is very ferocious. Whenever any animal comes in front of a lion, lion becomes very ferocious. But anugra evayam swabhaktana. If a child comes, the lion cub comes in front of the lion, do you think the lion becomes ferocious? No. Lion feels love and affection for the cub. Similarly, Lord Narasimhadev, he is very ferocious to demons like Hiranyakashipu. But to devotees like Prahlad, he is like loving, affectionate father. So that's a different mellow. When Krishna appears as son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, there's a different mellow. Mother Yashoda can bind Krishna with the ropes. Oh, you are behaving mischievous? You nonsense? I'll tie you with the rope. Nobody can think of tying Narsimhadev with the rope, right? Oh, you're behaving mischievous. Let me tie you with ropes. Nobody can think, right? And similarly, when the Lord appeared as Vamandev, he appeared as a dwarf boy, and he went to Bali Maharaj asking only 3 steps of land. When a dwarf coming to your doorstep asking something 3 steps of his own, that's much lesser than any ordinary person, right? If you take 3 steps and a dwarf take 3 steps, it's going to be much lesser than your 3 steps. So he goes purposefully as a dwarf, asking just 3 steps of land. And what he does? He takes away everything in just 2 steps. So, in this way, Krishna performs such amazing pastimes simply to canvas, simply to attract the heart of conditioned souls in this world. He gives sufficient subject matter to hear and chant his glories. Just like if you want to go for a holiday trip, you go to some agent. They have so many beautiful pictures of different places, right? Oh, this is Paris, this is Sydney, this is Melbourne, this is US. They'll show you all different places. Such beautiful pictures. You would like to say, oh, I would like to go there. When you go there, you say, oh my God, it's so horrible, right? But they put such a beautiful picture of even the most ugly place. They can put a beautiful picture and make it as a tourist attraction, right? So similarly, of course they cheat you, but Krishna is coming genuinely to attract our heart, and he performs innumerable varieties of pastimes simply to attract us, simply to invite us to his abode. And in this Kali Yuga, Krishna appears in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha and Krishna together. When Krishna wants to understand how much love Radharani has for me, he's God. God means everything is possible for him, right? Nothing is impossible. And yet he's amazed what kind of love Radha has for me. He's not able to comprehend. So he goes to Radha and I want to understand what kind of love you have. You cannot understand my Lord unless you take my mood. So Krishna said, all right, I'll take your mood. I'll take your bhav and try to understand it. Shri Radhara Bhave Ebe Gaura Avatar. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared. It's Krishna only, but appearing in the mood of Srimati Radharani, trying to understand how much love Radharani has for Krishna and what does she feel about or for Krishna. Just to understand that, Krishna appears as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his pastimes are all inclusive. Whatever you find in all the different incarnations, you actually find in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is known as Audharya Avatar. Audharya Avatar means most magnanimous. Magnanimous means one who opens the treasure house to give charity to everyone. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratashinam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is referred by Rupa Goswami as Mahavadanyaya. Mahavadanyaya means the most magnanimous incarnation of God. Most magnanimous. Even Krishna is not as magnanimous as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna puts condition in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityaja. First of all, you surrender unto me. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not demand any such thing. No conditions. Generally, whenever you get any offer, there's some star, small star, conditions. Then conditions apply. There's some always hitch. So Krishna also gave some star. Sarva dharman parityaja. Most tricky star. Even big philosophers and big scholars, they fail here. When they try to read this verse, or try to understand and apply this verse, they fail. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no stars, no hidden agenda. The only prize is your willingness to accept it. And what you should accept it? Simply the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you simply accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is willing to give this gift, please take the love of God. Revive your relationship with Krishna simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is no cost, there is nothing. The only prize is our willingness to accept it. But it's very difficult even for ordinary people to pay that price. Just imagine. Sometimes devotees give example that, of course we live here in America, we don't even get to see mangoes, but mango is very delicious fruit, right? So somebody comes, imagine here in America, somebody comes to you, says, I have delicious mango, I'm willing to give free of cost, just take. You think, what hidden agenda he has? Why is giving free mangoes? Right? Something is wrong. But this is how this world is like, right? Nobody gives anything free of cost. So even if somebody comes as a well-wisher, he says, please take these Alfonso mangoes, best quality mangoes. Just take. I don't want to take. God knows what is there in that. So similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and says, please take. The entrance to kingdom of God is open for you. Just take this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And your life will be perfect. There is something in this, I don't want to chant. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is actually the essence of all the Vedic literatures. If you study all the Vedas, if you study all the Upanishads and Puranas and Itihasas and Vedanta Sutra, and if you actually understand their meaning, you will come to the conclusion that actually chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the essence of all those Vedic texts. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come directly to give that essence to us. He has removed all the nonsense just to give us essence. I remember many years ago, we were going for yatra, South India yatra. It was, I believe, in 97, 98, 12, 13 years ago. So we had a Dawn farm, we had a farmhouse in Dawn. Dawn comes on the way when you go to South India. So a lot of devotees were going, almost like few hundred. Now, of course, thousands of devotees go together, but those days a few hundred devotees together were going. So from Dawn farm, some devotees brought, because the train stopped on the Dawn station, so they brought a lot of sugar cane from our farmhouse. Chapari temple had a farmhouse, so they brought a lot of sugar cane. How many of you actually chewed or eaten sugar cane? Everyone, right? You have peeled also with your mouth?
Yeah. No way cannot. You should.
I'm sure. Now you must be having experience, right? When you try to peel the sugar cane with your mouth, it sometimes hurts your jaws, right?
Yes.
It hurts, and sometimes it bleeds. But if you go to a juice, sugarcane juice stall, they put just sugarcane in the machine and extract all the juice and just give you a glass, right? And You can enjoy the nectar, right? No need of taking so much trouble trying to peel sugarcane and chew it, and while chewing also a lot of juice drips outside, you don't get the whole thing, right? You don't get to enjoy the whole entire substance. But here is somebody squeezing out all the juice and giving you in glass. That's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done. He has extracted the essence from all the Vedic literatures. No fiber. All the fiber he has removed already, and he's just giving us nectar to drink. And what is that nectar? This chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Only foolish person would be hesitant to accept it. Only a person who is devoid of good intelligence will not accept this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. No. If you want, you can take trouble of studying the Vedas and studying the scriptures, and come to the same conclusion. But here is God, because He is so merciful, He is so magnanimous, He is not expecting you to take trouble. Because first of all, we don't have time to take so much trouble. We are so busy in 9-to-5 job, and preparing to go to job and coming back from the office. It's so difficult to have time for anything. Where are we going to read anything else? People, it takes lifetime for them to just finish Bhagavad Gita. Just read once. Forget about understanding it. Just to read, it takes their lifetime. How are we going to study all the Vedic scriptures and understand what is the essence? Actually, Bhakti-Siddhanta Thakur gives a beautiful example. Kathal, jackfruit. You know jackfruit? Of course. I think most of you are from South India, so jackfruit is common in South India, right? But in Bengal also they eat a lot of jackfruit. So he gives example that there was a Bengali gentleman and he had a British friend. So one day this British friend goes, to Bengali gentleman. He says, "My dear friend, today I heard about jackfruit." He said, "Yes, what you heard?" He said, "I heard it's very delicious." "Yes, it is very delicious. I want to eat it now." "Okay, come in the evening, I'll give you jackfruit." So this Bengali friend, he had the jackfruit tree in his courtyard. And and the jackfruit tree has a lot of black ants, right? They really bite. So if you want to even pluck a jackfruit, it's troublesome job. So somehow that this friend, he went up to the tree, plucked a big jackfruit. And how many of you actually cut the jackfruit? Is there any? No, everyone is experienced, right? It's not an easy job. I know we used to sometimes cut in the temple to make vegetables out of it. So you have to apply oil on the hands, because it's so sticky from inside, right? So he took trouble of cutting the jackfruit, removing all that sticky substance. It's thorny from outside, right? Green thorny, from outside. He removed all that thorny substance, sticky substance from inside, took out the fruit, and from within the fruit he took out the seed, threw away everything, and he took out that fruit, only pulp, put on a plate, put some honey on top of it, and put some dry fruits. So in the evening, the British friend comes. He says, "Here's the jackfruit." "This is jackfruit?" "Yes, this is jackfruit." No, I heard jackfruit is big green from outside, lot of thorn from outside, and very sticky from inside. He said, "This is that jackfruit only. I removed all the nonsense." No, I think you didn't understand what jackfruit I'm talking about. The jackfruit which is sticky from inside. There's no sticky here. So similarly, sometimes people say, "Oh no, why are you chanting Hare Krishna? Tell us what Vedas explain, Oh, Vedas nonsense has been removed. Just chant Hare Krishna." No, I want to understand what Vedas speak, what Puranas teach. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has removed all the nonsense and he has given us essence of chanting Hare Krishna. And if we simply accept this chanting of Hare Krishna, we can actually be benefited. We can perfect our life. We don't have much time. No? Simply accept this chanting of Hare Krishna and you can actually become fearless in every situation of life by simply understanding that I am Atma, I am part of Krishna and it's my duty to serve Krishna. And the best form of service is chanting Hare Krishna. That's the best service you can do to Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna is a service to Krishna. And in fact, according to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, this is the best form of service. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. Among the yajnas, Krishna says, best form of yajna is japa yajna. When you chant names of Krishna on jap mala, that is the best form of yajna you can do. So chanting Hare Krishna is actually the best form of service we can do to Krishna. And we can actually perfect our life. And this is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come to give us or teach us the highest benediction, the highest practice of all the Vedic text in a very simple and sublime form. We don't have to take any trouble. Just chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And anyone who can accept this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even if he has not studied the Vedic scriptures, even if he has not studied even Bhagavad Gita, if one simply faithfully chants this Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout his life, he will attain the highest perfection of life. Like the example is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yatha moola taror nishechanena tripyanti tat bhajopashakha. Just like if there's a tree, the whole tree is there, there are innumerable branches, leaves and twigs and fruits and flowers. If you want to nourish the whole tree, water the whole tree, what is the process? To pour water in the roots, right? And if you simply pour the water in the roots, each and every leaf on the tree will get the water, right? Now how the leaf will get water? Somebody will say, oh, I don't think this is true. How? The water you're throwing on the ground, how it will go to that leaf on the tree? This is nonsense, you are bluffing, I don't believe you. But a person who has studied the botany, the science of plants, he knows that science, how the water will go to the each and every leaf on the tree, right? It may appear to be impractical and completely, nonsense. That how this water you're throwing on the ground, it will go to each and every leaf? Doesn't make any sense, right? From logical point of view, it doesn't make any sense. But a person who is expert in that science, he knows it works. And even if a person who is a simple villager, he has not studied that science, if he does the same thing, pouring the water on the roots, he will also attain the same result, right? Not just because I am student of botany, therefore it will go. You are not studied, therefore if you pour the water on the ground, it won't go to others. It will go, right? So whether you studied the scriptures or not, whether you studied Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and other scriptures, you understood the Vedas and Puranas, or you have not understood, doesn't make any difference. If you simply chant Hare Krishna, you will satisfy Krishna to the best of ability. The best way to satisfy Krishna is chanting Hare Krishna. So whether you know the science or not, if you simply chant every day, in fact every moment of our life, we can attain the highest perfection of our life. Therefore Srila Prabhupada, in his famous purport of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he says, there is no need to understand even the language of this mantra. Somebody may say, oh, this Hare Krishna is Hindu language, right? We are Christians, or we are Jewish, or we are this religion, that religion. Doesn't make any difference. Anyone simply chants this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will attain the highest perfection of life. Versus even a dog can chant. Somehow there are dogs, if you somehow there train some dogs to chant, even he will attain the perfection of life. That is the potency of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, all we need to do is simply accept The only price Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking is our willingness to accept it. So accept this Hare Krishna Mahamantra and chant every day. And that way we'll be able to perfect our lives. We'll probably discuss further into detail about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in our forthcoming sessions tomorrow and the after tomorrow. Okay? But this was just to give you an introduction who Lord Chaitanya is, and what he has given us. Is Krishna. Krishna came and he taught Bhagavad Gita, but that was 5,000 years ago. So people nowadays have great confusion about what Bhagavad Gita is actually trying to teach us. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us what Bhagavad Gita is teaching. Not only Bhagavad Gita, in fact, what all the Vedic literatures are teaching us. To simply chant Hare Krishna. Yajya Sankirtana Praya Yajanti Hi Sumedasam. The intelligent people in this age of Kali worship God by chanting His holy names. And especially by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I think we'll stop here. If you have any questions, you may ask. Questions? So we can do a little kirtan.
Prabhuji, one question.
Yes?
I was just thinking on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and just one thought which abruptly came in my mind, as it consists of only 3 words. Why don't we just why it has all 16 words? Instead of that, why don't we just shorten it to Hare Krishna Rama, something like that? Or is there any reason behind 16 words?
That's a good question, right? Very logical. Now, let's try to understand in a logical way. This chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is prescribed by Krishna himself in the scriptures and in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Kali Santarana Upanishad explained that in Kali Yuga, the best form of perfecting our life is the chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught, who is himself Krishna, who is himself God, he is teaching us that we should chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So he's like a physician, he's like a doctor, and he's telling us, this is the medicine. So suppose you go to a physician and doctor, and he says, okay, there are 3 medicines you have. This is red tablet, white tablet, and green tablet. Take 2 red, 1 white, 3 green tablets every day. So you say, doctor, what is the difference? I can take all 3, 1, or I can take all of 3, 3, 3 green, 3 white, 3. What's the difference? Let me take. Can you do that? No, right? The doctor knows which is actually the best medicine, which is the medicine required in which quantity. So similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the best physician. And moreover, the way of perfecting our life is never done by manufacturing something. In today's day and age, people think, we can manufacture something. Why we have to just strictly follow the scriptures? Why not? We are intelligent, we can invent something new, right? We should be doing invention. But in case of perfecting our life, we have to accept the procedure given by the best physician, that is Krishna himself. He is the best physician. And there can be no compromise in that way. Dharma cannot be manufactured, and the ways of dharma cannot be manufactured by ordinary human beings. It comes from God. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Dharma means the word of God. What Krishna speaks, that is dharma. Dharma cannot be manufactured. Sometimes people think, this. I remember one person, in New York City. I met him and he was telling, how dharma was introduced? I say, wow, seems to be this person has a lot of knowledge. I said, tell me how dharma was introduced. He says, there was a strong man and weak man. So the strong man is always beating the weak person. So one day weak person thinks, okay, how can I control this strong man? So he goes to him, he says, I'm man of God, you should listen to me. Otherwise God will curse you, you will be destroyed. So he created fear in his heart that he is godly man and therefore he has to accept him. He said, that's how the saintly people were introduced. That's how dharma came into picture. I said, who saw this? Did you see this? Something like this happening? He said, no, this is how dharma was introduced. I said, where it comes from? Is there any history book about that? This is how dharma was introduced. So people have all kinds of speculation. You have to have some authentic reference, right, to the history. So when you study the scriptures like Purana, like Mahabharata, or Ramayana, they are not some story books. They are actually historical incidences from the past. They may not be perfectly put in chronological order because chronology is not the importance of history. I remember in our school days we used to have history. And in this particular year there was Panipat battle and this particular year. Do you remember any of those years? Chronology has no importance, right? The importance of history is taking lessons from it, right? So it's the ancient sages, they were not foolish people just keeping some chronological record, which you just somehow they remember for a while for putting in the exam and can take a degree and forget it forever. They would put the historical incidences in an order which is to teach lessons to all of us. And these are historical incidences. They are not just imaginary stories. So Krishna, when he gives dharma, the way of perfecting our life, we have to simply accept it as it is. We cannot manufacture the way of dharma. Dharma is never manufactured. It is what comes from God. Just like, if you come to this country new and you're going to apply for a driver's license, they give you a book, right? Study this book and give exam. So you may say, okay. They say, there are so many rules. You say, okay, this particular rule says speed limit 55 and I have to follow 55. Why not 85? We can make this interstate as 85. Can you do that? No. Right? We have to simply follow whatever rules are given. So similarly, the scriptures are also like that. Whatever is given in the scriptures, we simply accept it. And because it is coming from God, it's a perfect science. We may think, does it make sense? But it makes perfect sense when you practice it. Same example, watering the root of a tree. It is a science, it works. But it takes time to realize that science. So similarly, if we want to attain the perfection of life, we have to follow the science given by the scriptures, by the sages, by the God himself, by Krishna himself. And we can perfect our life. Make sense? Yes, ma'am?
Since childhood I have heard of his Dashavatar and obviously seen all the 10 avatars and all that. Very recently, only after coming into Krishna consciousness, I am understanding that Krishna is the original seed-giving father and he is the original avatar when he came. It might sound very logical kind of question or whichever kind of question. Is when I tell somebody that Krishna is a god, you say, why not Varaha? What if Varaha would have told Bhagavad Gita? He would have also told there is no reality beyond me, because he is the God himself. So why only Krishna? Why not Varaha? Why not Vamana Deva? Why not anything?
It's a very nice question. And this is something that's very common in all of us, right? Because we heard Vishnu is ultimately God and he appears in different incarnations. But the acharyas like Srila Rupa Goswami and different acharyas, they have elaborated on this particular aspect. And actually Srila Prabhupada explained that ultimately God is one without a second. That means there are not two gods. There's only one God. God is only one. So whether you say Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, Varaha, Narsimha, they are only one personality appearing in different form. There are not two personalities like that. Okay, God is one without a second. There are no two gods. Okay, so now the purpose why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us access to the highest realm in the spiritual world, and that is debatable, which is, it could be debatable on the basis of scriptures, but Acharyas have given references and understanding. Yes, God is one without a second, but all these different forms are incarnations of God. And Krishna, you can compare them with the moon. Like moon, it has 16 phases, like a lunar month. Of course, we don't refer lunar month so much nowadays. Everybody follows just plain English calendar, which is like impersonal, 1 to 30 or 31 days. But Vaishnava calendar or a Vedic calendar is based on moon or lunar cycles, right? So moon has 16 phases, from dark moon to full moon day, right? Dark moon, then Prathami, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Saptami, Ashtami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, and ultimately Purnima, right? Full moon day. So there are 16 phases. The moon which you see on the first day is a very, very thin arc, right? After Amavasya especially. And moon which you see on the 8th day is much bigger. The moon which you see on the 12th day is very close to the full moon. And on 14th day is almost like full moon. But still, on Purnima, you have full moon. Right? So, not that there are 16 different moons you see every day, different moon. No, moon is only one. What is the difference between the moon on the first day, 5th day, 10th day on Purnima moon? The Purnima moon is having full splendor. The whole splendor of the moon is visible to us. Not that only on Purnima day moon has splendor, other day it doesn't have. It still has, but it's hidden from our vision, not visible to us. So when you say Purnima moon, all the splendor, all the illumination of the moon is visible to us. So similarly, when Krishna comes in different incarnations, his full splendor is not visible. But when he comes as Krishna, his complete splendor is visible. So Krishna is like full moon, Purnima moon. And Purnima moon is especially significant, right? Especially for auspicious activities, or even, whenever poets they describe, they don't describe the different moon days. They especially describe full moon, right? The beauty of the full moon. So that's what Krishna is. Krishna is complete in all the attributes and qualities of God. Like in Narsimha Avatar, the most prominent thing that is visible is anger, right? Anger and power, that is visible. In the incarnation of Lord Ram, there are so many things available, right? It's the Vatsalya Prem, the love with the mother and father, and exemplary behavior of a husband, loving husband, and also the exemplary behavior of the king. And also the anger, it's described in Ramayana when Lord Ramchandra was angry on the battle of Lanka. Even the demigods were afraid seeing his anger. They were shivering, seeing fearsome form of Lord Ramchandra. But in Krishna, you find such attributes which you won't find any other incarnation. The sweetness that is there in Krishna is not there in any other incarnation. Do you hear Lord Ramchandra bound by Mother Kaushalya? No. It's only Krishna who is bound by Mother Yashoda out of love and affection. Mother Yashoda chastising, In case of Ram, there is so much awe and reverence. Dashrath also has reverence for Ram. Love and reverence. But in case of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, I think, oh Krishna, you're a rascal. He'll punish you like an ordinary child. So there is a special attribute in Krishna that is like a full moon, which is not there even in Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra is like a moon on the 14th day, Chaturdashi. But still, it's not Purnima moon. The closest to the attributes of God is Lord Ramachandra, incarnation of Lord Ram. But Krishna is full moon. So you won't find those attributes which you see in Krishna in any other incarnation.
Is this the interpretation of the great devotees of the Lord? Or is it actually even mentioned very clearly that of all the avatars?
I have never studied anywhere in the scripture, but Rupa Goswami explains in a different perspective. He says, it's on same line, but this example of moon is not given, but he explains the same line in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He says, Krishna has, the ordinary living entities, they have, 50 qualities. There are qualities mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which qualities ordinary living entity possesses in a very minute quantity. And Brahma, who is actually the most perfected living entity among all the living entities, he has all those 50 qualities in a very minute quantity. We won't even have all the 50s. Brahma has all the 50 qualities, in a very minute quantity. But Lord Shiva, he has 55 of those qualities. 5 are not even found in Lord Brahma. Only in Lord Shiva they are found. And Lord Narayan, he has 60 qualities in full. In full, not in minute quantity. In full, he has 60 qualities. But Lord Krishna alone has 64 qualities. In fullness. You won't find those 4 qualities even any other incarnation of Krishna. And those 4 qualities are specially mentioned by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And those qualities are Venu Madhuri. Krishna has specially sweet flute. You don't find that flute in any other incarnation. Krishna's flute has special attraction. Isn't it really amazing? None of the incarnations have that flute. Lord Ramchandra is having bow and arrows. That's how the Lord Ramchandra is depicted, right? Narsimhadev, he is having fearsome nails and trying to rip apart the demons. Varadeha has club trying to fight and kill the Hirnaksha demon, But Krishna, he is a simply flute. So Venu Madhuri and Rupa Madhuri, Krishna's form is especially attractive and beautiful. It is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna, when he enters into the city of Mathura, all the ladies in Mathura, they are attracted. All the gopis in Vrindavan, they forget everyone. They forget their father, they forget their children, they forget their husbands. They are just attracted to Krishna. His beauty, his flute. That's the sweetness of Krishna's flute. That is the sweetness of Krishna's beauty. So Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri. Krishna's pastimes are especially sweet. You won't find such sweet pastimes in any other incarnation. Sweetness. Putana comes, the demons comes, to kill Krishna. And what Krishna does? He's simply sucking the milk from her breast and kills her. And not only kills her, gives her position of mother in the spiritual world. That's a sweet pastime, right? So Krishna's pastimes are especially sweet. Or Mother Yashoda's binding Krishna and Krishna is agreeing to be bound. It's a sweet pastime, right? So Krishna's pastimes are sweet. His Venu, his flute is especially sweet. His form is especially sweet. And Bhakta Madhuri, his devotees are also especially sweet. Krishna's devotees, you won't find that sweetness in any other incarnation of the Lord. Krishna's devotees are especially sweet devotees. Like the cowherd boyfriends of Krishna. When Krishna, in Mathura, he killed Chanur and Mushrik and he killed Kamsa. After killing Kamsa, Sridhama says, "Oh, Krishna, you killed these big wrestlers, now come and fight with me. I am challenging you." So Sridhama and Krishna start wrestling, and Sridhama actually puts Krishna down and he is actually riding on him. So he's telling, Krishna, what kind of hero you are? I defeated you. So I think I would have also defeated these. That is sweetness of Krishna's devotees, right? And similarly, once Krishna, he was joking with Mother Yashoda. He said, Mother Yashoda. Because if you go to Nandagram, you will see outside of Nanda Maharaj's palace, Nanda Bhavan. Till this day, there are two big statues like lions, but they are not lions. They were Haubalau. Mother Yashoda would call them Haubalau. Because children, when they play, they don't want to come home. And Krishna would do the same thing. Krishna would go out and play with the friends, and Mother Rohini would go and call them, Krishna, Balaram, come back. They wouldn't come. So Mother Yashoda would go, Krishna, Balaram, come back. They couldn't, resist, so they would come back. But then friends, Krishna and Balaram's friend, they would say, oh, Krishna and Balaram, they are leaving us in between the game. We will never play with them again. So, if the children, they threat like this, so Krishna will say, oh, no, our friends will never play with us. Forget our mother. They will again run back. So Mother Yashoda would become really, angry on them. Krishna, Balaram, if you don't come, this Haubala will come and eat you. So Krishna and Balaram would be afraid, oh, Haubala will come and eat us. All parents have something, right? Like that. I remember my wife somehow invented some concept of Buddha Baba. She used to tell my son, oh, if you don't eat, Buddha Baba will come. And any man with beard is Buddha Baba, for them. So, similarly, Mother Yashoda had Haubala. If you don't come, Krishna, Haubala will come and eat you. So one day Krishna is telling Mother Yashoda, Yashoda Maya, what you are threatening me of this Haubala? I appeared long ago as Narsimhadev, and I killed the great demon Hiranyaksha with my nails. Yashoda said, Acha? And before that I appeared as Varade, and I killed Hiranyaksha demon. Oh really? Mother Yashoda saying, oh really? And afterwards I appeared as Lord Ram, and I killed the fearsome demon Ravan in the battle of Lanka. He said, Acha, really? And all of a sudden a cat from behind Krishna, she says, meow. And Krishna jumps in Mother Yashoda's lap. So Yashoda says, oh Krishna, you appeared as Narsimhadev, you appeared as Varade. What happened of this cat? Why are you afraid of this cat? That's a sweetness. Mother Yashoda just cannot accept that Krishna is God. No, he's just my child. And that sweetness you will not find in any other incarnations or any other devotees of Lord. So that is special sweetness of Krishna. Bhakta Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri and Leela Madhuri. Krishna's pastimes are very sweet. Krishna's flute is very sweet. Krishna's form is exceptionally sweet. And his devotees are supremely sweet. So, this is how Krishna is actually sweet. Madhuram. Everything about Krishna is sweet. Makes sense?
Absolutely.
So Acharyas have given actually, see the problem is most of us we don't even have time, right? But when you hear from somebody who has studied it, you are benefited, right? So all we need to do is simply hear from the devotees who have studied it, and if you have time, study yourself. There's a wealth. You can understand why chanting of Hare Krishna is actually the supreme benediction, why it is the most potent form of mantra, and how we can actually attain the highest perfection of life simply by chanting Hare Krishna. The logical, scientific information is there, but we don't have time. So if we simply chant Hare Krishna, we can still have entrance in the same perfection of life. So somehow the determination, never give up chanting of Hare Krishna. Just chant Hare Krishna every day, and that will bring the perfection of life. So I think we'll have some kirtan. I'm sorry, I went over time.
It's 9:15.
I went overtime? Or
No,
what?
no, 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 no.
Prabhuji, one small question I had. I'm sure
Yes,
it's
yes,
a
yes.
small
Okay, go
answer.
ahead.
Please don't mind.
Yes.
We have heard of all the epics, right? All the big stories of Varahadev, Vamanadev. Of course, Ramayana is a big story in itself. When it is heard. Mahabharata. All these stories are so sweet, so nice, so much educative. What about Kalki Bhagavan? When can I hear Kalki Bhagavan story? Because that is in the future. Is it written in the script?
It's better you don't hear. To hear that, you have to be there till the end of Kali Yuga. We don't want to be there.
Why is it that I'm only hearing something that has already happened? If the scriptures are telling me that I need to get out of this world before, don't want to see Kalki Bhagavan killing me as a demon. Then I should know why is he coming.
Even if somebody gets killed by Kalki, he'll attain liberation. He'll go back home, back to God. Nothing wrong. Instead of rotting in this material world, it's better to aspire for being killed by hands of Lord. But the thing is, whatever scriptures we have on this planet Earth, it's very limited. We don't have the full scriptures. If you go to heavenly planets, the scriptures are much more elaborate. We have heard only Dasha Avatar, right? 10 incarnations. And a few maybe more other than that. But if you go to heavenly planets, the incarnations of Lord are there in so many different forms. There are 8.4 million species of life, right? And practically, in every species of life, there is incarnation of Lord. And that Bhagavatam is much, much more bigger. What Bhagavatam we have is only 18,000 shlokas. Because even we struggle to read 18,000 shlokas, right? But if you go to heavenly planets, the lifespan is much, much bigger. People live for much, much longer duration of life. Our 6 months are only 1 day there in the heavenly planets. And 6 months are 1 night. So your 1 year is only just 24 hours there. So people have long time. So they can study more. So therefore, the much more detailed descriptions are there for all the incarnations in the heavenly planets. But you don't want to even go there to study all that. Because once you go there, you might not study that and you may be stuck in something else. So the best thing is, whatever we have is sufficient on this earth planet. Krishna has given us everything sufficient. So yes, Kalki Avatar information is not much available on our scriptures, but it is there in the heavenly planets.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You want to do standing kirtan?
What are you?
Call all children also, they can
Yeah,
also.
sure.
Krishna, Hare you are not aware of dancing, I'll just show you. It's a very simple way to dance.
Can we do the
Okay, children, you can also dance, right?
Can we laugh?
I'll show you how to dance.
No, this I'll have to show to you.
After the drama, after the keyboard we can do drama also. Now listen, how we dance. Everybody knows dancing?
Yeah.
Okay, who will demonstrate? Gaurang, would you like to demonstrate how to dance? Teach everyone. Come.
Can I?
Okay.
Yeah, go to
Can
the
All three of you. Come on. Okay. How we dance? Classical way of dancing. The easiest way we dance is, please explain everyone. How we dance?
Raise your hands.
When I'm singing, that time you just, all of you can keep the hands folded like this and move your legs like this. Left foot on the right hand side and right foot on the left hand side.
Oh, I thought we were.
And slowly move legs like this. When I'm singing, that time you simply here and dance like this. And when it's your turn to sing, all of you can raise your arms like this and continue moving legs like this and chant the names of Krishna. Okay? Everybody ready?
Yeah, ready.
Ready?
Hare
अष्टोत्तर श्री श्री अभयचरण भक्ति विराम स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परियुक्ताचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। वैष्णव वृंद की जय। हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। राधा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण श्याम कुंज महारानी की गौर
Hg Shankarananda Prabhuji-Day1.
Three times Hari Bol to Padmanabha Prabhu and Divya Mataji ki
Haribol to everyone, Haribol!
Hari Bol to Senthil Prabhu for taking care of the kids.
We should all actually thank Hg Shankarananda Prabhuji on this occasion because he has mercifully agreed to come and join us on, from all the way from Pittsburgh. So, we should be all thankful for Prabhuji. And for all the rest of us, we can actually show our more love and gratitude for simply taking part in, sessions from tomorrow and day after. So I know every one of us have busy schedules, but whatever, please kindly make yourself. Even, if you can, tomorrow we have at 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So please kindly, whenever you have time, please kindly join us. If you can join for the whole program, it would be so nice. But whatever, possible, please kindly.
Okay, one condition.
Yes, madam.
We need not stop actually now. We can go on till 11 o'clock.
Okay, I think the kids are really drawn. With Parashram, can everyone be silent, please? Okay, everyone have really drawn well. I think the way they draw, I was amazed that at that age I was not able to draw so good. Anyway, so I would ask everyone to say Haribol after I show the part. This is from Arshita. It's so wonderful. Haribol.
Wow, so great. Good job.
This is most colorful one, Tanishi. Tanishi.
Where is Tanishi? You have to come.
Nobody knew Tanishi. My daughter is Tanishi. Okay. This is. I would say this is the more. Everyone I liked it a lot. This is much more colorful. Really good. This is Anand's.
Good job.
Again, once again, a colorful one. This is from Shreyas. He is the first to finish, actually. Very good. Okay, this is once again really good one. Manas. This one is Chinmay. This is definitely my younger daughter because she didn't write that name. This is Riyaz. And this is Parth. In fact, Parth was the first to complete the whole drawing, but then he drew once again. Really good one. Haribol!
Parth Prabhu ki
Jai! This is I don't know. Ritesh. Haribol! This is most colorful one because you see all the Indian flag colors over. Where is it? Parth, you take your brothers. Okay, you can give it to him later. And the last one is Gaurang. Although you were the last to finish, but you took all the pages to complete it. Haribol!
शरीरा विद्या
शरीरा विद्यादार
शरीरा विद्याजाल
नरेंद्र सायकाल
जड़ेंद्रिय त्राहे काल
जीवे पे विशेष सागरे
जीवे पेले विषय सागरे
सारमय जीवती
सारा मध्य जीवयति
लोभमाय सुमपति
लोभमाय सुदुर्मति
काके जैसा कठिन संसारे
ताके जेठा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण पढ़ता है
कृष्ण बड़ो दायो माय
कृष्ण बड़ा दाया माय
चले बाए जीवादाय
कारी बारे जीवा जाय
लपना दिलो बाय
सप्रसाद अन्न दिलो बाय सही अन्ना
सेयना मुकाबाबो
सही अन्नामृत पावो
राधा कृष्ण गुण गावो
राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे डाको
प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य नित्य
प्रेमे डाको श्री चैतन्य नित्य जय निमाय जय निताय
जय निमाय जय निताय
जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री
कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई महाप्रसादम की
हनुमान की
जय वाह